I don't know how hungry you are, but every time I even mention the name Monsignor Michael Billian, I get hungry. It's time for Meals with Monsignor. Good morning, Monsignor.
Good morning. So great to hear everybody's voice this morning and all of our wonderful listeners on this feast day of the Holy Name of Mary. You should always invoke the Holy Name of Mary when you're cooking. Very important. You know, she is the model for all of us as Christians. And so imagine her cooking for Jesus. And so we need to have Mary at our side when we're in our kitchens preparing meals for ourselves and for our loved ones and our guests. And so invoke the Holy Name of Mary as you cook. And today we're going to a great Roman dish, a wonderful dish called Cacio e Pepe. So cheese and pepper is what really it comes down to. It's really well known in the city of Rome, the Eternal City. It's very simple to make, but it's also easy to screw up. So pay attention, okay?
Do I have to know how to pronounce it before I make it? That's all I want to know.
No, you do not.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So these are the ingredients that you need. You need a pound of thick spaghetti. Now, sometimes you'll see it labeled in the store as bucatini. That's one kind of thick spaghetti. But sometimes the boxes just say thick spaghetti. You want a thicker spaghetti, not the standard width on your spaghetti. You need at least a half pound of pecorino romano cheese. Pecorino romano cheese, and finely grate it. Try not to grate your fingernails when you're grating the cheese because the blood doesn't look good mixed in with the cheese. So a half pound of pecorino romano cheese, lots of a generous amount of cracked pepper. So if you have a pepper cracker, or if you buy a little container where you can crack it as it's dispensed, that's what's the kind of thing that you need. And one stick of butter, a quarter pound of butter. Those are the ingredients. So when you hear those ingredients already, I hope you start to get very hungry. So how do we do this? Of course, we prepare our pasta. Bring a large pot of water to boil, a little salt in it if you'd like, and then add the pasta, but don't cook it completely. The box will tell you probably 11 minutes or 9 minutes. Stop the pasta a couple minutes beforehand. You want to eat it al dente, which is the way the Italians say, not mushy. You don't want the pasta mushy. But you want to take it out, set it aside. Don't throw the water out. Save some of the water because we need the water in order to make our sauce. So to pull the pasta out, at least with 2 minutes before it's actually done, according to time on the box. That way you'll get the al dente texture. And put some water aside, and then put the pecorino romano, the half pound, in the blender. And then add some of the pasta water, little by little. Don't dump it all in, but you want that pecorino romano to mix up with the pasta water because you want the water with the starch in it in order to make it like your cream. So that's how you make your cream for this sauce. Just pasta water and pecorino romano cheese. And you blend it, adding a little bit of water each time. Little lesser amounts each time until it becomes smooth and creamy in the blender. Then set it aside. And then put the pasta on a put the pan, your pasta pan, the one that you emptied out already, on a medium-low heat and put the butter in and let it melt. Then, very important, put a good amount, a generous amount of freshly cracked pepper. You can crack it right over the pan and put a generous amount in the bottom of the pan. And then reduce that to a very low heat. But you want to keep the butter nice and warm, so not too cold. Then take your pasta, which you have prepared al dente, and put it into that pan and mix it thoroughly over and over again until the pasta is completely covered with the butter. You want to get it because now, again, the pasta is continuing to cook a little bit because it's in a warm pan. So put it in there and mix it very thoroughly. And you might need to add a little bit of pasta water when you put in the mix, your pecorino romano mix. Put that in there and then small amounts of pasta water to ensure the mixture is very, very creamy, and then turn it off the heat altogether. And then you're mixing it all together, what's from your blender, what's in the pasta, the butter in the pan, and it makes a delicious cheese cream sauce. Notice you've used no milk, you've used no whipping cream, you've used no other cream, just the pasta water and the pecorino romano cheese and the pepper. Then put it on your plate and then generously put some more pepper on top of that pasta. And so that's how you make a cacio e pepe, cheese and pepper pasta, famous in the city of Rome, the Eternal City. And so it's a good way to get yourself good and nourished to go out and do whatever the Lord is going to ask you to do that day.
You know, can I ask you a real quick question? I know you're not a recipe guy, but if I'm putting pasta water in the blender with the cheese, how much should I start with so I don't overdo it? Can you give me a ballpark? Like, what should I start with?
I would start with 1/8 of a cup.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
very little.
Okay.
Don't overdo it.
Okay.
And then just add a little bit until you get it nice and creamy as the blender's doing the low blend on it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not very good. You notice on all my recipes,
I know.
I always put amounts are approximate because I don't use amounts. I do it to taste and look. And Pete, you'll get to that way too. You know, I know, Pat, you like rules. And you like order, and you like your cooking in that same way.
Yes, it's the moral theologian.
You got to throw some of that out when you're in the kitchen.
I'm okay with if you just tell me how to get started. Then I can make my own judgment after that. But I would have put like a half a cup in to start, which would have probably been way too much.
Don't get out of control. You only have like a half a pound of pecorino romano cheese, so you don't want to overdo it. You're not making soup.
That pasta's swimming at that point, that's for sure.
Well, maybe that's
you don't want to. You shouldn't. Pasta shouldn't be swimming. Yeah, it should be generously covered.
I couldn't visualize what a half a pound of cheese looked like. Maybe once it was in the blender, I would know a half a cup is too much. But
well, you're a smart woman. I know that you'd figure it out, Pat.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank
this
you, Monsignor.
recipe is online right now, artoledo.com. And I have to tell you, Monsignor, lots of visits to the website, checking out those recipes right there. You'll find it on the homepage, artoledo.com. For today's recipes. You know, they say television puts 10 pounds on you. Monsignor's recipes, they put 10 pounds on you too. But you don't have to eat that much. That's what my wife said.
That's right. Yeah,
well, I just want to make sure that when you make it, Pat, I want to be invited over on your second attempt.
Well, I'm trying to cook hard, healthy now, so this this could be a challenge for me.
Monsignor Michael Billian, thank you so much.
Yeah. God bless you all. God bless.